In today's show, we're going to be talking about the 1 year anniversary of the fact that adult use cannabis is with us here in Michigan, and it's legal for all those folks that have been smoking it for 50 years anyway. It doesn't really matter. But for those that want to do it on a legal basis and all the provisioning centers and the industry that is rapidly building around this, it's a wonderful thing, right, Rick?
It is an awesome thing. And just to celebrate the 1 year anniversary, ta-da! Vote yes on Prop 1. That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. And then
All
I've got a special prop for the news. Yes.
Oh, okay. That's why that chair was there. Okay. I
That's
mentioned there was
right.
a chair. Yes. Okay.
That's my prop for my show today. Well, hi, everybody. This is the Cannabis News with Rick Thompson on 420 Post. Let's begin. Well, Friday will be the second anniversary of legalized cannabis for individuals in Michigan. And yesterday, Tuesday, was the 1 year anniversary of adult use cannabis sales in Michigan. So this is our anniversary week. Congratulations, state. We spent a good deal of time talking about this on the show today, but let's get some quick numbers out there. About $440 million worth of cannabis were sold in Michigan retail shops in the first year. The Marijuana Regulatory Agency says the excise and sales tax collected in the first year are about $73 million. And 1 year ago, the first week of sales of cannabis in the adult use market was about $1.6 million. But the last week we have sales records for was $13 million. And there are about 199 retailers in Michigan selling medical and adult use cannabis products. We'll talk a lot more about that later on. But in planetary news, here's a story that just happened hours ago. A key United Nations panel approved a World Health Organization recommendation to delete cannabis from Schedule 4 of the 1961 Single Convention. Now, you should know their Schedule 4 is like our Schedule 1, meaning they took cannabis away from the most restrictive global scheduling category. Nice. Now, this is big, not as big as you might think. It doesn't allow UN member nations to legalize cannabis. It does, though, recognize the medical value of cannabis and could knock down some barriers to research and trade. But also understand this wasn't easy, and it was only possible because the USA said yes. The World Health Organization made 6 recommendations about updating cannabis laws to the UN. Only one was adopted. And that one was by a 27 to 25 vote margin. So which country hates this stuff more than America? Russia, Pakistan, and China here. The next story, though, speaking of bold statements made to update policy, how about that MORE Act in the U.S. House of Representatives? Now, a vote's expected on that bill anytime from today until next Friday. The MORE Act would remove cannabis from the Controlled Substances Act, would expunge some criminal records, make research and veteran access to cannabis easier, and create funding for people in communities impacted by the war on drugs. If they do vote on the MORE Act, it would be the biggest move towards marijuana legalization ever taken by Congress. That bill is sponsored, the Senate version, by still Senator and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. It will not be brought up for a vote in the Republican-controlled Senate this year, though, and that is a shame. A recent Gallup poll found that 68% of Americans support federal decriminalization. Well, he said it right here on 420 Post, and Bruce Linton is keeping his word. Gage Cannabis Company is launching on the Canadian stock market in the first quarter of 2021. In addition, Gage is currently engaged in a Regulation A Tier 2 offering, sometimes referred to as a mini IPO. Regulation A qualified buyers can currently pick up shares of Gage Cannabis for $1.75 American each.
Wow.
I don't normally share press release info because it's promotional data, but Gage offered some pretty remarkable numbers on their press release. Average basket size of a purchase in Michigan cannabis retailer is about $85, but Gage says their basket average is $175 over the last 6 months. That's huge. From January to September, Gage stores experienced a 157% increase in sales growth, and that's during a pandemic where sales were mostly limited to curbside and deliveries. Well, that's going to wrap it up for the Cannabis News with Rick Thompson today on 420 Post.